Hey, my name is Badass Benny. Welcome to my channel. If you're an ACE, AMAC, and sex human trafficking survivor, you're in the right place. And it won't cost you a penny to like and subscribe and to share worldwide. And please leave a comment down below on the video. And I wanted to share about substance abuse, a personal story. Um, what I know at 4 years old, I was smoking cigarettes, and to this day I still have like a burn mark on my pinky, my left hand. My brother and I, my older brother and I were messing with matches and another neighbor boy, and I burnt myself. And I remember the father of the little boy was so mad, so angry that he wasn't able to play with us anymore. Um, but I do remember my mom would say, I pick up cigarettes, and like we're at a train station or bus station, and there would be an ashtray, and she said I just walk over there and sit down, cross my legs, and smoke. Or I would steal her cigarettes. And I went to a free school. I'll have to talk about that someday. And the free school, well, I'll talk about it now. Then it was in Sacramento and California, and it was all the parents did everything. And I just remember that was like 4 years old to 12, and we were all standing smoking cigarettes, and I remember the parents were telling us, if you keep doing this, we can't have this school. And that I was that kind of kid. I was just very wild, and the cigarettes helped keep me calm. Actually, the nicotine helped calm me down because there was an oral cop. Do you remember I told you the story of my oral cop? And right after I just started smoking cigarettes, and it kept me calm. I remember I also cut my hair, like I had bangs, I had long hair, so I cut my bangs all kind of weird after an assault from the bar, being thrown across the bar. I shared that story, and I started alcohol at 6. I think I was at a wedding, and there was a punch bowl, and it was sweet, and someone spiked it, and my mom said I just kept drinking from it, and I walked off and went, pfft. So that's how I drank and used. And I just did pot and smoked cigarettes and alcohol. I'm sorry about that. And so, I think a junior high, smoked some pot, rolled some doobies. They call them reefers, doobies. Weed, all kinds of names. And then I was also an athlete, and I smoked cigarettes in high school a little bit, In our high school, we had to, the class before us in 85, they wanted, have smoking on campus and everything, and it became a big thing, and then there wasn't a prom and all that, and, and so I didn't have a prom, and it was all because of cigarettes. We wanted to have a cigarette smoking on campus, and we had it. And I think when I got in recovery in my 30s, at 30, I got my recoveries. My smoking took off, cigarettes, and my drinking alcohol from a teen rape, kidnapping and rape. I'll tell that story. And after that, my drinking I was a teen alcoholic, and just escalated until I hit 30. And a domestic violence survivor from a teen at 18 till I was 20. Got a divorce, and 11 years later. And have 3 children, and as a spousal rape survivor as well. So my stories, I think after that I was drunk on. I had an ex come with a bottle of vermouth. It was like 80, not vermouth, schnapps, peppermint schnapps. It's like 80 proof and a bag of pot, and I couldn't even hold my kid, and kept saying, here, drink, drink, drink. And I did, and, had a plan and everything. And so he put the baby away, and I hit the floor. I was blacked out and vomited out all over myself, and we were having sex, or he was raping me. He didn't ask me if we can have sex or anything. He just got on top of me and then left, walked out the door. And it was dark too, and I didn't know what that was until I got in my 30s, until I got in recovery for alcoholism. And I have 26 years on Christmas, this coming Christmas, and I haven't taken a drink. 16 years of no pot, anything. I didn't do opiates for pain. I did ibuprofen, so it really did a challenge on, I have no stomach lining, damaged the vagus nerve. That's how I got gastroparesis, and I was unspecified. They didn't know really where it was coming from. They do want to put a little engine. It's like having, we all have like a sphincter muscle here, and let's say if you have 4 blades, I only have one that's working. And so, and I bleed too, depends. Coming out, depends on what you eat. I have to be very careful, and a very stringent diet, and you don't want to eat at all. So I have some cannabis too, but I have an addiction to smoking. I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 4, and before Campfire, I found out through the American Lung Association they could help me. Because in recovery, I stopped drinking, went right to smoking cigarettes, like up to a pack to 2 a day. Got that bad. And then the pot just took over in some way. And I lost 65 pounds. It's kept me with the weight I have on. And one thing I know about being an AMAC survivor and oral copulation, that a lot of us can get mouth cancers of the larynx, cancer all the way down through here. Because that's where the trauma was from, let's say, a man, peed in your mouth, or ejaculated in your mouth, and that's the trauma is all in that. In the cellular level. I'm trying to explain this. And so if we tell this secret, we get this secret out and talk about it and get it out of our body, vomit it out, whatever you got to do to get the story out, whatever happened, if you can remember, and feel it and move through it, you have a chance. And it's, that's the way it is when you're healing from sexual assault. And I'm grateful that I don't have cancer. I do have the endoscopy. They check up my bottom. And I bleed, sometimes from the bottom. Depends on what I eat. So, some people get cancers in the bottom because of being sodomized as a child. It's linked. It's all linked on a cellular level. Trauma, sexual trauma. So, today I'm drinking water from a Mickey Mouse cup. Makes me happy. I'm going to have some tea. I wish I had some kind of like cookies. I'm like a tea and cookie person. I like that. And little things, like hors d'oeuvres, like that. I like stuff like that. Um, but I think I'm gonna try to figure out what I'm gonna have for dinner. Um, well, God bless you all. Thank you for listening. And I thought I would share my addictions, my substance use. And today I'm getting help with the smoking and going to try to do the cannabis butter to implement it into my food so that I want to eat, or the food is exciting, and because food, even cookies don't even taste good, or not supposed to have caffeine, no raw onions, garlic, tomatoes, nothing acid, the good stuff, no holiday sauce, no, it's just really bland diet, man. And so the medications I take every day just to live, to coat the stomach, to stop the pain here, and I lose my chiropractor today. I'm, just having a low day, and I'm telling myself to stand on my truth and don't let people get you down. And you have good boundaries today, Ben, and it's okay. So I want to let you guys know that you do the work. We have to, I could be one of my worst critics. It'd be very, very difficult and hard on myself, and I've worked on that. So I'm going to let it go and talk with the CEO tomorrow and let it go and not go back there. I don't go back to where, I'm not wanted and not respected. So, and I stay in my prayers about finding a new chiropractor, a new primary doctor. I like who I like, but I don't want to be around the clinic anymore. You just don't treat people with disdain, disrespect, with no common decency. It's just baloney. And people need to take responsibility for their own actions and accountability for what they say and do, even professionally. So, anyway, that's why I'm going to work for myself. God bless. What are you going to do? Take care of yourself today.